Hi everybody, Bohush here for Fotodiox, and thanks for joining me for this video walkthrough of the VisileX RhinoCam. We include this quick start guide with every RhinoCam, and we're going to go over those steps here in this video. We're going to show you how to mount your digital camera back. We're going to show you how to put on the lens mount and the medium format lens of your choice, and then we're going to go through taking the individual exposures that we will stitch together in software to create your medium format masterpiece. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is the RhinoCam. Here's the back. This is where most of the action happens, and this is the front. The first thing you're going to want to do is add a lens. Now you can add any of your choice of a couple lenses through these interchangeable lens mounts. Let me show you how to remove that if you need to. You loosen these two screws. Then you just turn this, just not much of a turn. The central post is going to be at about 5 o'clock. Take that off. You can see the alignment notches here. You just grab your other lens mount, pop it in there, clockwise turn till the post is at 6 o'clock, and then tighten these screws back up. Mounting a lens is like mounting any other lens. Just pop it on like so, and it'll snap just like on your camera. And if you need to release it, just look for the little release button. Each lens mount has a little different way of releasing the lens, but it's going to be really familiar to you because it operates the same way as your camera does. So we recommend having the lens on there while you're manipulating the RhinoCam. I'm going to leave it off for clarity during this demonstration, but first, get the lens on there. Moving to the back, you see there are a couple different sections here. There's the composition window, and then there's where the camera itself will mount. Okay? And this is what moves. The lens stays in one place mounted to your tripod, and you just move this sliding plate like so. So first you're going to want to line up your shot with the composition window. Line that up with your lens. And your image is going to appear here upside down because of course you're looking at the rear element of your lens. But it's going to show you exactly what your finished picture is going to look like. Okay, so now let's talk about mounting the camera so you can actually take the shots you need. Okay, here's my NEX digital back. You just pop it on like so, and that's it. It's mounted. To remove it, you look for the lens release on the front of the camera, and like that. So let's pop it back on there, like so. Depending on your lens choice, you may experience some light variation. So here's a workflow to get the best overall exposure. Once you've mounted your digital back, turn off autofocus, turn on auto white balance, and do not shoot in manual. We recommend shooting in shutter priority, aperture priority, or our favorite, program auto with auto white balance turned on. Okay, now depending on what kind of images you're going to take, that is going to help you decide which way to orient the camera. Right here we've got a guide. You can take either panoramic pictures, that's of course the long orientation picture, or 645, which is like a medium format squarish picture. Now for a panoramic image, you're going to take your multiple exposures with the camera like this in landscape mode. In 645, you're going to want the camera to be upright in portrait mode. And to do that, loosen that screw, quarter turn with the camera, tighten it up, you're ready to roll. Okay, so let's walk through how to take your multiple exposures. Okay, so for our example, let's take a panoramic shot. If you look at it, you see there's a little orange dot right next to it, and that tells you that you want to use the orange dots on the sliding plate. Let's remove the camera to make this a little easier to see. First, you're going to move the camera to the starting point, which is the upper left of the image. And see how there's this little catch? It hooks onto these little registration posts. So what you want to do is be underneath the registration post next to the orange dot. That's going to be your first shot, upper left corner of your image. And then down here are 3 orange dots. This is for taking panoramic shots. What you do is have your camera mounted in landscape mode, take your first picture, move the sliding plate, second picture, third picture, and now you move the catch, release the catch, and then you're moving the whole camera down. And again, have it come to rest underneath that registration post. This is now the lower right of your finished picture. Take the exposure, register the little orange dots down here. Take picture number 5 and picture number 6, like so. So then you're done. That's pretty much it. You take your exposures, pop them in your stitching software, and you're ready to go. Now let's take a 645 format image. So you'll note we're interested in the white dots. The white registration dots are here along the top rail of the fixed plate, and then there are 2 white dots here on the sliding plate. Okay? Your upper left position, that's where you start. You move the catch open like so. You move the sliding plate all the way up and make sure the registration post is resting on the little catch there. Okay, that's our white dot. Again, this is the upper leftmost corner of the image. You want dot number 1 lined up there. Let's pop the camera on so we can see what this looks like. Now don't forget, for 645 images, you want the camera in portrait mode. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Take picture number 1, move over to the second dot, exposure number 2, next dot, exposure 3, and exposure 4. Now we're going to move the sliding plate all the way down. The white registration dot for the lower row of pictures is right up there. I don't know if you can see it, but you just open the catch up and move the sliding plate all the way down. Okay, so now we're in the lower right corner of the finished image. Make sure those dots are lined up. Take picture number 5, picture number 6, picture number 7, picture number 8, and then you're done. Now that you've got your multiple exposures taken with the RhinoCam, let's stitch them all together into one mega giant picture. We'll be using Photoshop to merge the images, although there are plenty of other stitching softwares out there. When you look at all 6 or 8 of your shots, their exposure may vary a little, but Photoshop will compensate for that in the photo merge. So in Photoshop, go to File, Automate, Photo Merge. Leave the layout in Auto and browse for the photo files you need and select the 6 or 8 images and make sure to select them in the right order. Ensure that Blend Images Together is checked, as well as Vignette Removal and Geometric Distortion Correction. Then click OK. The photos will start merging together automatically. Depending on the speed of your machine, you'll be seeing results in just a minute or 2. Soon you'll see your finished merged image appear on the screen. You can flatten the layers together, and here's where you start cropping or getting creative, and when you're done, just save it out as a JPEG or whatever file format you choose. And there you go. That's all there is to it. So now you can go out and take those medium format shots you've always been dreaming of with your RhinoCam. If you still find that you need help on getting the most out of your RhinoCam, just call us on our tech support line. The phone number is 847-201-4623. Or you can email us at techsupport@fotodioxpro.com. Now go out and get those huge medium format shots with your RhinoCam. Thanks for watching.